Dr. John Mathai Center, University of Calicut, with a robust skill set that includes workshop leader, South Asian IB Schools Association, teaching license in social studies, special ED and substitution, IB category 1, 2 and 3 training and certificate, economics and business, IB examiner, IGCSE enterprise online teaching. His education encompasses microeconomics, the power of markets, offered by Coursera, Math Endorsement Program, Seattle University, USA, Special Education Endorsement Program, Pacific Lutheran University, and Renton School District Special Education Academy. B.Ed Social Science from Jammu University, MA Development Economics from University of Calicut, B. Economics, St. Aloysius College, Elthurul. He served as a housemaster and MUN coordinator. He is athletic and has great passion for sports, especially swimming, basketball, and running. On behalf of everyone, I welcome you, Shaju sir, for the session.
Thank you. Do you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. Well, that was a very expansive introduction about me. Well, I'm here in India for the last 2 weeks. I'm not very well prepared, but I will take you through my experience as an economics teacher and IB Global Examiner in economics, how IB curriculum is conducted, or what are the uniqueness of IB curriculum as a whole in compared to other curriculums and all these. Because I taught in India, I taught in US, and I'm teaching now in Turkey. I don't stick with any schools for long because I get bored with the same school structure and same people, same buildings. I get pretty much bored, so I look for different opportunities and I travel around the world. That's what it is. IB, if you look into as a curriculum, it is the fastest growing curriculum in the world, and the biggest market or biggest how should I say this? The country where where the maximum number of IB schools are in the United States, which was last year around 1,800 schools, or schools. It is growing year after year, and there are many metropolitan areas of India is adopting IB curriculum, especially parts of India like Mumbai or in Pune, New Delhi. Many other tier 3 and 4 cities are fast growing in IB curriculum because it is aligning more to the global level of testing student knowledge. And IB students are preferred all over the world, especially in Europe and United States when it comes to college education. So, and the results are out every year in the month of July 6th. So July 6th, that means in 7 days the results will be out. So I can give you an overall view about IB as far as subject is concerned. Economics, for instance, there are 3 exams for a student in economics if the student chooses economics as a subject. At the same time, a student has to choose 6 subjects, unlike 5 we have had in our time here. Even in CBSE and all, it is 5 subjects. Here we have to have 6 subjects. In that, 2 languages are a must. So my children, like my son, is entering into IB this year. He is waiting for the IGCSE exam results. So in the 2024-2026 session, academic years, my son will be undergoing IB curriculum. My daughter passed IB curriculum in the year 2020. So my daughter has chosen English, standard level and German standard level, when she had all three sciences, physics, chemistry, bio, math, 3 plus 2, 5, and of course she had higher level math. So everybody has to study mathematics, you can't avoid it. And there are three different levels of mathematics. One is core math, other one is mathematical studies, then comes a standard level, then comes a higher level. In economics and other subjects are also of two levels instead of three in the case of math. Economics is standard level and a higher level. So I will be presenting right now a broader view about different subjects the school in which I am teaching currently is offering. So bear with me a minute. I'm not that much familiar with Google Meet. We use out there Zoom. So let me see whether again. Yeah, it's sharing. Great. Okay, so entire screen need to be shared. So yes. So you can see the screen, right? Yeah. Okay. So IB diploma in my school is this way, like there we go. Like we are an IB HoD school which provides all most important subjects. So students pass grade 10 and coming into grade 11 and 12 to do IB exams. And broadly there are 6 categories of IB. First one is Group A, that is languages. You can choose SL and HL, standard level and higher level. Then my daughter chose the standard level. English. Then comes the second language. Either in our school it is French, Spanish, and we have introduced German too. Yeah, German too. So then another broad category is individuals and societies, in which we have psychology, economics, global politics, Turkey in the 20th century, SL only, and ESS, environmental, social sciences and stuff. There are wide varieties of programs available, like geography, history and all. And economics is one of the toughest courses in the entire IB curriculum. The pass percentage of students with the highest grade is just 11% for higher level and 10% for standard level. So then comes your experimental sciences. In our school we have chosen biology, chemistry, physics, computer science and environmental systems and societies, which is, belongs to our SL only, standard level only. Then group 5, mathematics, that is analysis and approaches, SL only, application and interpretation, HL only. And then comes the arts section, group 6, which has visual arts and theater and many other dances and all this, which anyway, dances are not being offered in my school. Okay, so this is the broader area of IB. This is a broader spectrum of IB education. And yeah, when we move on, this is about Turkish. I know most of you won't be able to understand it. Never mind, we can move forward. Yeah, so IB English, you can see here, languages and literature, and literature and performances, SL, HL, HL is higher level, as I said. SL is standard level. When it comes to languages, the main problem in CBSE or ICSE or our state curriculum is that we have a paper, 100-mark paper. Students study the text, whether it is poetry or play or prose. They answer the questions. But when it comes to IB, we have all the 4 faculties of languages are being tested. You need to test the ability of a student to speak English, listen to English and test the student about their listening ability. So read, listen, speak, and read and write together. All the facets of language learning is tested. So if you look into the ability of our students who are passing from universities in India, especially in Kerala, the problem is their speaking ability is not tested. Their listening ability is not tested. So that's why we have heard famously somebody said that I take my house in my hand or something like that. Some famous person said, and I have read much about it. It's because the students are not exposed to speaking. Nobody is tested about their speaking here. IB oral part is tested here. So that is about English. Then there is SLHL, different papers, paper 1, 2, and individual orals and stuff. So that is pure speaking of the language, which should contain the student's understanding about a topic or a portion of the prose or poetry or drama, whatever they have chosen here. So this is my subject area. And economic curriculum is broadly divided into three parts. One is microeconomics, other one is macroeconomics, then comes the global economy. And when we move forward, we can see that there are three papers. Paper one is the essay paper, which is 1 hour and 15 minutes, which is having a weightage of 20 minutes. The structure of the paper for the standard level and higher level is same. There is no difference. It will be students will be writing 2 essays. Okay, 2 essays. One is a 10-mark essay, other one is a 15-mark essay, which is externally assessed, which is having 20.
Dear participants, please be online due to some network issues. So after till solved, we can be on the sessions once again. Thank you. Please be online.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. I thought the connection was lost for a while. All right. So I was talking about overall the IB structure. I'm not going to talk about other subjects. This is a 67-slide PowerPoint about IB. So I'm going into economics particularly, and I'm going to show you the assessment, how it is being done, and question papers and stuff. Okay, so let me share the screen. All right, so I hope, yeah, so. So exploring economics. I hope you can see my screen. Can you?
Yes, sir.
You can see my screen?
Yes.
Exploring economics, can you see this?
Yes.
Oh, all right. So, all the IB examinations or assessments are testing two. I mean, there is something called ATL skills. This is not coming here. Oh, all right. Oh, it's coming. Well, so I was not seeing the second laptop here. Okay, so all the IB exams, all the IB assessments, whether it is chemistry, biology, physics, math, visual arts, or economics, or English, or German, or French, Spanish, whatever it is, everything is assessing these 5 skills. It is called ATL skills. ATL skill means approach to learning skills. The first one is self-management skill. When we are conducting an assessment, what are we assessing? We are assessing whether the student is able to develop self-management skills. Or you're giving an assignment asking the students to go to the IMF website and download the national income data or GDP data of, for instance, Nigeria for the last 50 years. You download it and create a time series graph about the 4 components of GDP, that is the personal consumption, then there is private investment, government spending, and the net export demand. These are the 4 components of aggregate demand or GDP of an economy. So the student creates a line graph showing whether Nigeria's GDP different components are rising or not. And he is also creating, for instance, a pie chart in which what importance is personal consumption is holding in the entire GDP of Nigeria. Say, for instance, if the student is researching on that and finding out the percentage of personal final consumption, which is equal to, for instance, 73%. So that is a research finding. The student is learning the ability to research and find out what he is looking for. So whenever we conduct an assessment, we have to target any of these 5 skills. My economics being a subject which is so dynamic, it's changing every moment. Our life is economics, right? We go to the market to buy stuff, which is the demand, and there is the supply by the producer. Both the demand and supply determine the price of everything, including us. Means your demand as an economics professional in the market depends upon how much supply of labor who is providing economics is there, and how much is the demand for your labor. So that is what is determining the price of labor, which we call as wages, or wages and salaries we call, right? So markets is everything. So student, when he does develop a research skill, it talks in volumes about the development of the research skill. The other one is social skills. Students should be able to handle different pressures in life. like a pacing your learning of these 5 subjects, isn't it? So the social skill. What social skill is your assessment teaching the student? What about the thinking skills? The thinking skills is extremely important. Thinking skills are targeting the evaluation skills and also the synthesis and yeah, evaluation and synthesis are basically the core area of thinking skills. Now comes the communication skills. So when a student is given an assignment to talk about Nigeria and other students, say for instance in the class, there are 35 students for instance, all the 35 students are given 35 different countries. The student has to come into the forefront of the classroom and talk to his classmates or his lecturers or teachers out there. So naturally, his communication skills have to improve. So when his communication skills improve, that means he is using various mediums of communication. Maybe it is a PowerPoint presentation or a fluent speech where he walks you through in a logical fashion from the beginning to the end. That is the communication skill development, which is being from Kerala, I would like to say that we are not testing in our schools. Communication skills are not tested. How many of us call students to teach a subject? Yeah, it is called a flip teaching. The student takes the role of a teacher. The student is given a topic, and his product. That means his hard work and his presentation. Everything is tested on a rubric of assessment. How many teachers do that? Nobody does that. I don't know whether it is changing right now, but when I was studying, nobody I think I came in John Muthai Center once for a seminar which we had to conduct as a mandatory concept which was, I believe, the scenario of educated unemployment in Kerala. Other than that, I never came in front of the entire cohort of students and spoke. And I remember the shiver I had all over my body because I'm standing in front of students. I'm talking about a master's degree student. He's struggling to stand in front of master's degree student is standing and struggling in front of the whole cohort. So which means that as an educational institution, we are not teaching the student the communication skills. So these 5 skills is the core of IB curriculum. Okay, we move forward. Economics, the aims of economics at the standard level and higher level is to develop a critical understanding of a range of economic theories, models, ideas, and tools in the areas of microeconomics, macroeconomics, and global economy. Second one is apply economic theories, models, ideas, and tools, and analyze economic data, which is very important. We never do that in our curriculum. So we have GDP data of, say for instance, UK, GDP data on inflation data, unemployment data, and we come up whether the economy is in recession or what are the policies the economy can undertake to remove the impact of recession, whether it is monetary policy, fiscal policy, or supply side policies. We never do that. Okay, so because we never, as an economic student, we never deal with the data. We study with the theory. That's what happened in my life. I don't know whether the syllabus is changing right now. Now, develop a conceptual understanding about individuals and societies, economic choices, interaction, and changes, and the consequences of economic decision making. Somebody sitting out there in the United States is affecting our life. We are living in an interconnected world. For instance, if the Federal Reserve in a matter of, for instance, 3 months, next quarter, 3 months, if it is cutting rate of interest, it is affecting my wealth. For instance, stock markets will rise. When the stock markets will rise, my net asset values of my mutual funds or my stocks prices will increase. Do we teach that? No. So we are not teaching students in cohesion. That is a problem. Okay, so as far as IB economics is concerned, it is teaching real life, real world examples, teaching economics from the real world. That's what is IB is all about. Now, distinction between SL and HL. SL has 150 hours of teaching, and while HL has 240 hours of teaching, and SL has only 2 papers, while HL has 3 papers, paper 1, 2, and 3. SL doesn't have a third paper. So for HL students, an extra depth and breadth is given to HL extension topics, which measures taking out data about the different countries or a different microeconomic concept and calculating elasticities of demand, J-curve applications, or calculating exchange rate movements, and all these. Okay, all these quantitative possibilities are very beautifully assessed there. Now, nature of examination questions, both SL and HL students develop quantitative skills. Yeah, but HL students need further development of the as these are appropriate in analyzing and evaluating economic relationship in order to provide informed policy advice. These skills are specifically addressed in HL paper 3. Okay, so this is the paper structure. This is externally assessed. Okay, so exam will happen for paper 1, paper 2, paper 3. Paper 1, I said it before, 1 hour 15 minutes. It is having 20% weightage. It is a 50 marks, but student need to choose only 25 marks. Okay, paper 2, it's a data response question. There are 2 case studies. Student need to attempt a 40 mark paper, 1 hour and 45 minutes, 30% weightage. And paper 3 is a policy paper, a quantitative paper, 1 hour 45 minutes again. It's a 60 marks, 2 questions, 30% weightage again. Now, in general assessment, that is a very exciting stuff. Student is allowed to pick up an economic event in microeconomics, macroeconomics, and also global economy, and they have to write an 800-worded essay about an event which is happening, or an event that has happened. For instance, a couple of weeks ago, inflation in India has come down to, I think, 4.13%. Inflation has come down. Pick up that news article, develop the macroeconomic theory, and write an essay with at least 1 diagram, maximum 2 diagrams, and write the 800-word essay. The teacher will assess it, give the marks, and entire IA, internal assessments, will go to the IB. That's what is the assessments outline. Introduction to economics, that is your central problem, production possibility curve, and all those things. In economics, 10 marks, number of hours is 10. Microeconomics is 35 hours. Macroeconomics now 40 hours, and 45% weightage is global economy, which covers international trade. That is talking about tariff, quota, subsidies, and then going into development economics, then economic integration, like what will happen if an economy joins the EU, European Union, or Eurozone. What's the difference between Eurozone and European Union? What will happen when you adopt a currency of an economic integrated area like the euro? You have to abandon your currency. For instance, if India joins the EU, which of course, Eurozone, not EU, Eurozone, definitely we will not do. I'm giving you a hypothetical situation. So India has to abandon rupee. Everybody needs to convert their the prices of everything into euro, right? So all these problems will be discussed in the global economy. Then comes economic development. Development economics, which talks about what is economic development, what's the difference between economic growth and economic development, and how do you measure economic development, HDI index, human development index. Amartya says that we are so proud that the world is studying about it, including IB students across the world, studying about human development index. And Amartya sends a definition of economic. How can you bring economic development in an economy? The foreign trade as a source of economic development, structural reforms like supply side policies as a method of economic development, aid as an economic development, and a balance between the market and government. So all these things are coming under economics. Now, external assessments is 70% in SL, 30% is internal assessment. That's it, pretty much. So This is the assessment criteria of IAs, internal assessment. Everything is crystal clear for teachers. Look at this criteria. A is a diagram. Diagram is the maximum mark student can get is 3 marks for diagram. Then terminology is lavish, appropriate use of economic terminologies, which is giving the student 2 marks. 3 plus 2 is 5. Now the next criteria is application analysis, which is another 3 marks. 3 plus 2, 5 plus 3 is 8 marks. Now key concept. Which key concept are students using? In economics, IB economics, there are 9 key concepts. I can tell you a few of them. One is one key concept is called intervention. Intervention as the major theme. The student need to write that 800-word essay with intervention in the mind. Or economic well-being, change is another one. Economic well-being or change, or there are many other. Productivity, efficiency. All these are different. Key concepts. Okay. So I think I'm done with the internal. The overall economics as a science, social science coming under IB, and I will show you I will show you one folder in which my students' work is stored, which went into IB this year. So this IAs and extended essays. So let me talk about IAs first. Okay, 2024 cohort, which just gave the examination. So we have my students. Yeah. So for instance, this student is a fantastic student. So this is not a final draft. So we should look for final draft here. Yeah, there you go, final draft. All these students are here. Lalin is a student who went into, she came in to study economics as a standard level, then she fell in love with economics and she chose economics as a higher level, then she chose economics extended essay also. A student has to write an extended essay covering 4,000 words. Okay, so I will show you example of extended essay also. So where is Lalin? There we go, Lalin. There. This is the student number, specifically given ID number. When I click here, you can see the ID internal assessment. There will be a cover page. I'm just reducing the size so that I can zoom in. So this is the cover page. Student has chosen this article. I hope you can see this. It's an article from the Guardian, right? And from the Guardian it is chosen, and student has this article. So this article is about fears grow over oil price as OPEC agrees to bigger than expected output cut. So OPEC plus is cutting output, which directly means that the supply of oil will decline in the world market. So in the two world markets, one is the NYMEX, other one is NYMEX is New York Mercantile Exchange, and other one is Brent in London. So in these two world oil markets, oil prices are determined, right? So the student has just taken these 2 pages of data. No, not 2 pages. It is including the title. It is around 2.5 pages of the article. If you click on this link, you will see that it is opening. So there we go. The article has come up. It's from the premier news agency, The Guardian. The student chose this. Wow. I accept. Yeah. There is the article. This article chosen should not be more than 1 year old. Now it was uploaded in the month of April. That's why it is more than 1 year old, because I just opened it. Otherwise, at the time of upload, it is less than 1 year old. See, so this is the article. The student copied this article and pasted onto her IA here you go. That is the article here. And what is the student coming up here? Student has come up with her description about what is going to happen. So there we go, and we can see the student understood that this is a oligopoly market structure. Probably we can say that it's a perfect oligopoly because the product in question is crude oil. Crude oil looks same everywhere, just like perfect competition. The crude oil market is a perfect oligopoly. We have the king demand curve. The student has applied the economic theory here. Look, where the amount curve is touching x-axis means revenue maximization because marginal revenue curve is 0. So this is the revenue maximization. Then comes MC is equal to MR at even equilibrium. So when the price is determined at MC is equal to MR and hitting the king, we have the price in the international world market at P1. Then comes the productive efficiency where the firm is producing at the minimum point of the average cost curve. Then coming on to the MC is equal to AR where allocating efficiency is achieved. Now student has come up with the conclusion that OPEC plus being a oligopoly as a collusive oligopoly produces at even point, which means that the firm is making a profit of P1G CP2, that box. Abnormal profit. Let the firm move to any other point to the right to increase output, which means that the firm will lose majority of its abnormal profit, and hence the firm will not be productively efficient. The firm will not be allocatively efficient. Firm will try to be maximizing profit at point E1. So the student has applied the microeconomic theory we studied in microeconomics in the context of an economic event which is assessed based on here we go, all the explanations, all the evaluation and all the key concepts. What is the key concept? The student used efficiency as the key concept here. That's why it is bolded in black. Do you see this? Efficiency, there we go, efficiency. So efficiency is bolded, that means student chose efficiency as a key concept. So if you go to the cover page, we can see that efficiency written. So student has written an 800-worded microeconomics internal assessment having key concept efficiency and which is fulfilling all the criteria the student scored. One of the highest mark band. So as you remember, I just showed you the mark band of internal assessment, that is 14 marks. 3 plus 2, 5 plus 9 is 14, and there is a rubric requirement, 1 more mark, which will be out of 15. If I open that folder, you can see the assessment criteria and the marks students scored. There we go. The student scored yeah, this one is not showing that. I think her IA is not selected for upload. So I can move to some other student. This is a student called Khan Yakut. Okay, here's look into this. This is the mark I uploaded. You can see this. Yeah. So when you give 3 marks, then you will give 3 marks when the relevant, accurate, correctly labeled diagram with the full explanation. 3 marks. The student scored 3 out of 3 for diagram, 2 out of 2 for terminology, application analysis. 2 key concept is out of 3 he scored 2. Evaluation, of course, out of 3 he got 2. So 3 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 11. And when I come down to the total, he got the rubric requirement 1. There are 3, that means 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. So the student scored 33 out of 45. That is the internal assessment we are talking about in the IB curriculum. Now I can move on to the second IA. In economics, I have to make 3 IAs, one in microeconomics, other one is macroeconomics. You can see this. In Reuters, the student has chosen Reuters and it was the Guardian. You cannot choose one source more than once. Okay, you cannot choose more than one key concept. So earlier it was what? Remember, earlier it was efficiency. Now it is economic well-being. What is the meaning of economic well-being? I will tell you about this. Now, the article chosen by the student is about Canada's fiscal spending moves out of step with overheating economy. That means, from the title itself, we can understand that we are talking about aggregate supply falling short of aggregate demand, and their economy is having the pressures of inflation. So, key areas are highlighted here. Here we go, economic well-being is highlighted in 2-3 places. Here we have the ADS diagram showing inflationary pressure. Then here we are having another diagram about the impact of Bank of Canada decrease in decrease in Canada's high inflation rates using contractionary monetary policy. So here we have the macroeconomics internal assessment. Now we come to the last IA component. That is the global economy. Global economy industry study tracks China's tariff. It is about tariff diagram. That means it started with Donald Trump when he came into power. He went on a rampage to impose tariff on various people various countries. Because he had difference of opinion with various people, influential people, so he went ahead and imposed a tariff. What is the impact of a country imposing tariff in the United States on China? It has impact in India too, because we are living in a connected world. That's what the student is talking about. Here, the key concepts used by the student is equity. You can see this, equity. Yeah, equity is emboldened, so it is based on equity theme. Here is the diagram. The diagram is talking about the world supply SW going up equal to the value of tariff. So world price PW increases to PW plus tariff. As a result, the consumer surplus is gone equal to the colorful areas of that trapezoid stuff. Yeah, the total demand in the United States declined from QS1 to QS2, and the consumers end up paying higher price. The United States government is having Area 4 as tax revenue, tariff revenue. All those ripple effect is explained here. Yeah, so that's about IAs. The student has to create 3 of them in different stages of their curriculum progress. The teacher has the freedom to ask the students to finish the IA, selecting the article, then writing the IA, giving the students about 2 weeks to complete it. Deadline is set, student submit, done and dusted. Teacher goes ahead and mark the IAs and before submitting in the month of March into IB. IB will check it and will send it back. So that's about IA. Now I'm going to show you a folder in which IB papers are stored. Yeah, so this is 2024 May exam. I'm an examiner, so no, not here. So that must be in my Bliss folder. There is assessments. Then comes 2023, 24. This is 22 IB exams, IB marking. Okay, IB marking. There is no high scoring response. I copied for my students. Anyway, so exam paper. There is an email coming from the principal examiner to all examiners around the world, including me, about each question, how you should mark it, and all these. Yeah, so it's pretty tricky. I will show you that I will show you the marking, how it is being done in the software. So here we go. Question paper. This is paper 2, people. Yeah, paper 2. I said that. Here we go. Paper 2 is 40 marks, 1 hour 45 minutes, and there are different time zones: Zone A, Zone B, Zone Z. Zone C, so Zone A will be the Americas, the Canadas, Americas, and the Mexicos of the world. Then comes Zone B, which will be Asia's and all these. Zone C is Japan and Australia, all those, New Zealand, all those part of the world. Now, this exam is of 40 marks. We are allowed to use calculators. Okay, so second bullet point, you are permitted to access calculator for this paper. There you go. This is a case study about United Kingdom. There are data, there is inflation boldened, and there is foreign direct investment boldened, which boldened means a question is coming on that. Okay, so this is paragraph 1. You have data here about the income elasticities of demand, price elasticity of demand, everything is given. You're coming down to the text B of the same economy, UK extended free trade agreement. That means now this case study is taking the entire pitch into the global economy. Now coming down to the second text about the data and what happened in the UK over these years. Now net zero strategy, net zero emissions strategy, which means that we are talking about externalities, which is a microeconomic concept. So it is going into the microeconomic segment too. So in this examination, what is going to happen here is this much data is given: real GDP between 2011 and 2021. That's a 10-year period, about 11-year period if we round it off. Now unemployment percentage 8%, falling to 4.5%. Inflation was 3.9% in the UK. It has gone down to 2.5%. Exchange is falling to 1.37. Now comes balance of payment data about balance of goods, services, income transfers, current account balance, FDI, portfolio investment, which means the FII, foreign institutional investors are bringing that money into India, and reserve assets. Reserve assets has gone up 18, but when you look into the exchange rate, has depreciated from 1.61 pound against the dollar to 1.37. So as a result, what happened? Look, there is a lot of rise in the reserve assets, which means that a lot of foreign direct investment has happened in the UK, from 34 billion pound to 58 billion pound. There is positives in terms of FDI. Foreigners are getting more of the UK pound-based assets, so there is more inflow of foreign direct investment. Income has gone down to negative. Balance of trade in goods has worsened. So the depreciation has caused, in fact, net outflow of money from the balance of trade account. But in services there is a positive, but we don't know what happened to that blackened area. That the student has to find out. The student has to know has to have a solid idea about the composition